I think that things that are barriers are only barriers if you see them as barriers. The question is, can they be strengths? So there are some fundamental seminal questions, which is, it's not whether you create change, it's how do you create change? How are you going to approach change? How are you going to approach technology? You know, I don't think it's a whether question. I think it's a how question. And in that, there's so much opportunity. We've found so much wonderful white space for innovation and new creations, and that people want, that find relevant. So the thing that I find interesting is the fact that we're a 118-year-old company, and we're as relevant as anyone today. So that's far more interesting to me than the past. We have the values of the past. That's something that's terribly important. The values of the past drive who we are. We haven't lost that in our DNA, which is this caring for customers, this caring for people, this honor about identity and who people are. We make the products that make people who they are, which is really a privilege. But for us, the DNA is there. For us, it's all about what's the product mean and what's relevant. How are we going to get there? If we look at a micro, it actually reflects very much a 3D philosophy, which is, it's not about how big you are, it's actually about how agile and flexible and relevant you are. Today we're 2D, so we manufacture things that are generally embroidery based or digital textile print based. They're 2D, and even though they're dimensional, we can create 3D products, but today it's in a 2D process. But my guess is that in the future, it will swap over to 3D. And so we're part of innovation groups that look at things within the apparel and textile industry and that nexus of 3D. In my DNA, I'm baked collaborative. Whether that's good or whether that's not good, it's just part of the DNA. And in this new world order, I think it's exactly the style it fits. And that is partially because there is so much information, there's so much innovation out there. The question isn't whether one's doing an exercise of discovery. The question is whether one's integrating what's already out there. And the only way that one can do that is actually by being out and in and being collaborative. I mean, there are many ways that one can direct teams to do things, but I think in terms of just general styles and what works, I think our organization is a genuinely collaborative place where people enjoy working with one another. We have smart people who want to solve problems, and I think it's that nexus of smart and good, and when you have that, you have the opportunity to create something special. It's generally not the resume, although the resume is the basic, that's the one for. The question is, what else are they bringing to the table? Is it their strategic thinking? Is it their passion for a particular market? Is it that they are so detail-oriented that they'll save someone else? What is it that they have experience in a market that we have even thought about? What is it that's going to be their two-fer or three-fer? We've found people of all ages, all industries, all types that become a fit with Lion. It's really interesting. It's a combination of strong expertise and youth and smarts and questioning. I think there's the common thread is probably curiosity. I think there's a curiosity that is about our people of wanting to know more, and in doing that there's a passion to extend themselves. It's not just about what's in the box, it's what's outside of it. There are markets there are probably new channels, geographies, and markets that we're looking at now. And so as we look at who will be in the next iteration of Line, it will be different. I'm certain it will be different from who we've been. Again, we'll take our DNA with us, our values, our other, we'll pack it up, and we'll continue on in terms of what's next. So I don't know where it's going to be. We work with clients in now Central America, now certainly Asia, where we have a strong presence, Europe. So who knows where the next geography is going to be. And the markets themselves, the question is where are our products going to be relevant? So new sports, this year we're embracing soccer. And so creating new collections around just even a simple thing that we haven't worked within before. But where else can we be relevant? Well, as one goes to more on-demand things, our tools are really tools for personalization and customization as much as they are for identity. So the question is, where do we become relevant in the new age of e-commerce? As commerce shifts from legacy inventory to on-demand, our products are wonderful for that type of portfolio.